Good evening and welcome to Elliott Astro-Imaging. I am here tonight for the 21st episode, and we are going to image the Bubble Nebula, as this is take 2. As last night didn't go so well, as the clouds rolled in just before we were about to image, and it was disappointing, and I was so sad face. But tonight, we are going to try to get it in hydrogen alpha with the QHY, and also we're going to get it with the Orion G3. So it's a very exciting night. We got a lot planned. Trying to get the guider up and running. We are just about there, and I got it all set up, got it all ready to go. It is pointing at the bubble. It is pointing at M52, which is the star cluster right next to the bubble. So we are all set with that. It's just a matter of getting the guider ready to go. I had to wait for it to get dark enough in order to get the guide star in view. I do have one of the guide stars that is running the east section. It did the west, now it's doing the east, and then it's going to go north and then south. So it is taking a little bit of time. That is fine. It is looking pretty good right now, probably for about a couple of hours. So maybe, hopefully, cross your fingers, and hopefully we can get at least an hour of the bubble. And I've gotten the bubble before at the observatory out in North Java, and it was just quick, short 1-minute images, and it turned out great because the skies are really good out there. So it was really nice. Hopefully tonight it's going to look really good because we got the QHY, we have the CCD camera, so it should bring out a lot of the nebulosity. The only thing is where it's positioned on the Orion G3, it's a little bit to the right. So I'm going to catch it, but it's going to be on the edge of the QHY. It's going to be dead center in the Orion G3, and you're going to see this in a few minutes once this is up and running. We are almost there on the east step. It's going to clear the backlash, and then it's going to head north and south. Well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show everybody the sky, and it is looking gorgeous out there. There is not a cloud out there right now. It's looking great. Where it sits right now is right here is the bubble right there. This little speck that you see right in my crosshairs, that is M52. So right here is where we are imaging right now, and that's what we're going to be getting tonight. And you can see all the stars, and the star field is pretty good. And it is amazing what you can get with this finder. So I had to move it a little bit because where the go-to was, it was like pointing me like way over here. And I'm like, that's not where M52 is, and that's not where the bubble is. So I had to pull out my wonderful star chart and actually look to say, hey, this little pattern right here, that's where the bubble is. It's right in that area. So I just moved it just northeast, and we were golden. So looking great with that. I'm going to pull up the QHY of where it is. Now, I just took a quick 47-second. Yeah, I know, odd. But you know me, this is the 21st episode, so by now you should know that this is pretty odd. This is the 47-second image of the QHY. The star cluster of M52 is actually down here. I know, little off-center. This is the center right here. It's because this field of view for the Orion G3 is right here. So it's off by just so much. And where the bubble will sit, it's right here. This is going to be the bubble just on the outskirts right here. So you'll be able to see it, but it's just on the edge. I may have to make some minor adjustments to get it in view and still keep it in view on the Orion G3. I checked the focus this time on the Orion, so we should be golden with that, as we are shooting a star cluster, so you got to make sure everything is pinpoint. Any unfocused stars will cause the wonderful, aberration. It won't look so good. So let me see how guiding's doing right now. Well, actually, here, I will actually pull up the Orion G3 to show you what the field of view is going to look like, and that is right here. So you can see that with the Orion G3, that star cluster sits right here. So it's just on the outside here, And then where the bubble's going to sit, looking at the star pattern, and I was looking at my star chart, the bubble should sit right here. If not, definitely right here. So we'll see. But I think we're in the right area. I only took a 16-second image to see where we stand. I'm pretty sure that that's where that is. I mean, we might be just a little bit off, but we'll see. We'll see what we can get, and we'll go from there. So let's go back to guiding. And let's see where we stand. We are guiding. So we are actually pretty good. We're actually doing well. So let's go for it. Let's do it. So let's go to this planner table here. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go to all screen. So to show the entire screen here. And we're going to have windows galore. So get ready. It's go time. You can sense the excitement here. So let's pull up a different star here. So we're going to get the guiding dead on here. We're going to increase the exposure to 3 seconds here. All right. And we're going to pick another star, increase that, and guide. So we're going to guide on this. We're going to make sure that that is good to go. Okay. We're going to go with a 600 is 10 minutes. 540. We'll do 480 to start out. 480 is 8 minutes, so we'll see how that goes. Folder 2016, perfect. And we'll type in bubble. Or you could do M52 either way. We're gonna let the guiding settle down for a second here. We're gonna pick a brighter star, and we're gonna go. We're gonna shoot with an 8-minute image, and we'll see what we can get. And then we will pull up Orion G3, and then with this one, we're gonna go with 5 minutes. Do 11, and we will go. So we're gonna shoot both of them now. So we're gonna do an 8-minute image in hydrogen alpha and 5 minutes with just the regular Orion G3, and I'm hoping guiding shouldn't be too out of control. Started off super, super awesome, so we're going to see. I'm going to try to maneuver some of the settings here. There we go. So that should bring it down a little bit. Start bringing it down. Again, as if you're a first-time watcher and you're doing this and you're seeing this for the very first time, I'm going to recap just a little bit here. The first 5 minutes or so is just a feel out period for the star for guiding and getting it just right. After, a few minutes, guiding settles down a little bit. You can maneuver things, get it to where you want it to be, and then it's smooth sailing from there. It's just a matter of getting the right exposure, getting the right settings for guiding. These numbers on the bottom will change from night to night. So one night, 1915 and 1520 may work perfectly fine, but the next night it won't, and it will be completely terrible. So each night is completely different, and it's just a matter of trying to get everything exactly where you want it, and you have to monitor it the whole night. And you just can't walk away from it, so you're always making sure it's not the mount that's like a Vixen or a C-Gem or anything like that. It's a lower standard mount. It is a great mount if you know what you're doing, and you can get great images, but it does take time. And sometimes clouds can get in the way. Sometimes haze can get in the way. So it all depends on all those factors. So in looking at here, I'm going to see what we got for the finder. Doesn't look too bad. I'm going to increase the exposure on it to 5 seconds here. Not bad. There's still not many. No, it doesn't look like there's clouds or anything. So, I mean, it should be okay. We are bouncing on declination a little bit, and we're going to try that. We're going to try a different star, see if guiding will settle down here. Again, it does take time to get this set, but I've had a lot of sessions where it takes 5 minutes, and then after, the 5 or 7 minute mark, the guiding is just a dream all the way through the rest of the night, and I don't have any problems. I usually throw away the first couple of images every single night anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't look too horrible now. These are always the heart-wrenching part of just waiting and stressing out to seeing if the actual guiding is going to stay exactly where you want it to be. Well, the first image is done for the Orion, so we can take a look at that and see what we got. Well, the bubble's not in there. We have some nebulosity, but we don't have the bubble. We do have M52. M52 is definitely in there. Still not bad, though, considering that we're just starting out with the trying to get the guiding, trying to be dead on. And it is settling down. It is definitely settling. You could tell that it was right at the 4 arc second mark. That's a no-no, especially with long exposure photography. That is a no-no. You definitely don't want that. So it is settling down big time. This number is going to start going down. 1.84, 83. In previous sessions, again, for the new viewers that are just watching now, the magic number that I like to be at, especially with shooting 6 to 10 minutes of exposures, is 1.2 total arc seconds. That's where I honestly want to be. If I can be at 1.2, the stars will look pinpoint. And you could tell that this number is going down and fast. So you could tell that I picked the right star, and we are golden right now. So we sweated out another one. So the silent high five. So we are doing good right now. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. We're doing good right now. This image for the QHY should be just about done. It's going to look like POOP right now currently because it did have that little hiccup in the beginning, but I want to see exactly where it is. You will get to see the actual nebulosity on the right-hand side, so let me zoom this sucker in to see what we get. Come on, there we go. Minimize that, get that out of the way. Get out of the way. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look. Now, the cluster should be sitting right about here, and the bubble should be sitting right about here. So let's take a look. We do have a lot of data, so this is good. And let's take a look and see. Oh, yeah, we're in the right spot because that's the bubble right here. And there is nebulosity that sits right there. And this is the star cluster there. I'm going to take the temperature control, and we're going to crank it because it's another one of those wonderful hot nights in Western New York where it was like 87 or 88 outside. Yes, I know there are other places in the world that are hotter, but with the humidity, it definitely does not do so well with imaging. So right now, the temperature is about 75 out, and the humidity is definitely way up there. So I am going to crank the temperature control. We're going to get this to about 32 or 33 degrees below 0 Celsius. This should get rid of some of the noise, and this should make it a little bit of a better image. So this way I can actually pull out some nebulosity of the bubble. Doesn't look all that great, but we'll see. This is only an 8-minute image. If guiding settles down like it has, which it is, it's going at about 1.4, 1.3, I should be able to expand this to 10 minutes. So we will see. Hopefully this will look good, and I can get a couple before the podcast ends. But we're doing really good. Let me take a look and see. This one should be just about done in about 30 seconds. I love the double imaging because I can go back and forth between one and another instead of sitting there waiting 8 minutes between images. I like to try to keep one shorter than the other so this way I can go back and forth. All right, so this one should be about 10 times better. These drifting stars should become more pinpoint, and we should be in great shape. Much better. Much, much, much better. The stars look a lot better. And I still think we're in the right section, but I don't think with the sensor, I really don't think I can get both in the same field of view. I thought I could, looking at the two of these together, maybe not. But that's not too bad for the star cluster. That is really nice. There's a good 30, 35 stars in the star cluster right here. And that's M52. And I can pull that up, as we can see through where we're actually viewing compared to where the bubble is. Let me zoom it in here so this way you can actually see it. Okay. let me type in bubble. Okay. There we go. So these are the two here. Now where it's pointing, again, it's a little bit off because the one sensor is over here and then the other sensor is over here. So the G3 is shooting in this section right here. And you can actually zoom in even more to really take a look at it. It's a really pretty cluster. It's M52. There we go. All right, so there we go. So there's M52. All right. So they got a little description on it, and I'm just going to read it. A nice open cluster containing several hundred stars. The brightest star in view is an 8th magnitude orange star, which is not a true cluster member, but merely a star which lies along the same line of sight. M52 is easily spotted in binoculars. A telescope accentuates this cluster's faint members. The bubble nebula, NGC 7635, is a mere 34 arc seconds away, and both objects can be glimpsed in the same field of view. And that's exactly what we're doing with the Orion. So I'm hoping we can get it with the Orion if it is in the same field of view. Constellation, where it sits, right now it's altitude 32 degrees. Not bad. It's above the muck. It's above the light pollution, so we should be in good shape with that. Got a distance of 5,000 light years. So we are looking at this cluster at 5,000 years ago. So you're looking back in time. And it's got an apparent magnitude of 8 and an apparent magnitude of the angular size of 51 arc minutes. We're going to center it so that way it doesn't keep moving. We're going to move this down. That's at 89%. This one is done. So let's see what this one looks like. Perfect. Stars are not moving in the Orion. Fantastic. So we got 2 images so far at 5 minutes. So that's 10 minutes of total exposure time. If guiding stays like this, I'm going to increase the exposure to 8 minutes on the left one and 12 minutes on the right one. And then we should be in great shape. This one's at 95%. So we'll increase this. And we will look at this to make sure to see what we got. Just give it 1 second here. And 100. Much, much, much better. That is gorgeous. Now, for the new viewers out there, I've been doing Hydrogen Alpha now for about 4 or 5 episodes now, almost 6 episodes. And for the new viewers looking at this, you're going to see that it is extremely, extremely grainy and very, very, very noisy. No, not that noise where you turn down the volume. No, it's the noise with the camera, the heat. And I'm not going to go into too much detail with it. It is on a couple of other episodes. And what this just does is if you were to use the calibration frames on this, this gets rid of it and also extracting the red channel on it. And when you extract the red channel, it gets rid of all the noise and increases the nebulosity. And in this image, there's not much nebulosity. It's just on this right-hand side. And that's it. And that's all you got because the rest of this is all just stars. Let me zoom in on it to see how the stars are doing. And that's not bad. That is not bad at all. There's a star there, there, and then there's these stars here. Let me take a look at the cluster. That is not bad at all. Sure, a few people that are looking at this, make sure you wear your sunglasses because it's going to get really bright. Very dangerous when you're doing hydrogen alpha. No, not that dangerous, but it's very bright. I usually do these, and then I sometimes do the Orion Sky Glow. Let's go back to the other one because we should be in good shape with that. What I could do is while we're waiting, we'll do the 3 images. Oh, we're doing pretty good. It did jump a little bit here, but we're back to normal here, running at 2 arc seconds. Not terrible. I'm going to pull up Deep Sky Stacker live. And 3 images. I think that's the 3 images that are there. So let's see what they look like here. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So we do have the images the 3 that are there. So we're doing good with that. Whoa. There we go. And of course, the noise will go away on this when you get more and more exposures. So this image will become more and more smooth. So then you should be in great shape with that. So this will take some time with this. It's only 3 exposures at 5 minutes apiece, so it's 15 minutes total. Stars look really good. I got to admit, they're not too bad for 5-minute images. It's not bad at all. So we will see what we will get here on the bottom left. Where do we stand for the image here? We should be just about done. So we're going to use the 2 here and go side by side. So this way you'll be able to see it. And actually, I'm going to zoom in the middle here. So then this way you'll be able to see this actually move, okay? And now it's going to stack it. And then you just barely saw the background of it actually move just a slight bit. But now we're up to 20 minutes now. And the stars are looking pretty good in the middle. That's not too bad. The star cluster is looking really good. I mean, I have this zoomed in a lot. Now, you're also looking at these. There's even a purple pixel there, and red and green. This will go away with calibration frames, so I'm not worried about that. That goes away. I can also dither if I need to, and dither, what it does is it takes the pixels that are right next to it, and then it just eliminates this completely by blending it in together. So, and you even have a blue pixel up there too. It's a rainbow. So that's actually not too bad. Let me take a look at the other one because I think that one should be 66%. So that one's got a little bit left. So we'll take a couple more of these and you'll be able to see how much it moves or whatnot, but not bad. It's actually not bad. And I'll probably stay out here for about another hour and a half-ish. See if I can get a little bit more. I'll probably do 2 of each at this exact exposure, and then I'll increase it depending on the guiding. Guiding is really settling down big time. So let me check it at 200. Yeah, it's definitely settling down, but it's been doing that where it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Not too bad. 100, we'll do 50. So we're 1.5. So not terrible. That's not horrendous. So it's not bad. So we're actually doing really well, especially with hydrogen alpha and the regular Orion G3. Also, to make sure that if anybody has questions while watching this live, feel free to message me. I'm in the midst of trying to get a message system on my website. So this way, when you're streaming, there'll be a question and answer page right on there. I'm getting things together with that, so that might take some time. But that webpage has definitely come a long way, especially with people now. You can actually view the webpage, like I said in the last episode, that you can actually view the webpage without even going anywhere else. Everything will all be accessed right in front of you. It's all on demand. And that's what I'm trying to do, is to make sure it's as easy so that way you're not sifting, going from different websites, joining different groups, going all over the place. Everything's all going to be in one section for you to make life easier for everybody. So that's why I'm trying to work on it. Not there yet, but we should be pretty close to getting a question and answer, or at least something to communicate with me during the podcast, and we should be good. It moved just a slight bit, but let me take a look and see what the stars look like here. Go to the middle. They moved a little bit. Yeah, that one actually doesn't look good. That one moved a little bit. Of course, we're looking at magnification of 1 time. So that means the other one should be moved too. We'll minimize that. And then we'll zoom in. We'll zoom into the middle here. We'll see what the stars look like here. Not bad. Okay, so that one didn't move at all. Probably because exposure time is 3 minutes less. So it actually won't move that much. So 8 minutes might possibly be stretching it on the other one. It's possible. So we may have to lower the exposure on the QHY if that's what it is, because this is going really well. But with hydrogen alpha, you want to try to extend it as much as possible to get bring out that nebulosity. And it may not be a good night. With it being super hot, sometimes, again, with guiding, it can do that. It can be sporadic. And there are high-level clouds that are going through. I can see it. If you look at it carefully, you can actually see the actual haze going right across the screen. So that may have something to do with it, too, for guiding, especially with long-exposure photography. That could have something to do with it. So we may only get a couple more, and that might be it. I might call it quits. But, hey, we got something, and that's all that counts is you get, little bits here and there. I'm satisfied with that. So after this section here for these two, I'm going to probably call it quits, I think. And we may have to get the bubble another night. Might not be the next one, because tomorrow is supposed to be gorgeous as well. And I have another object possibly planned, and that one I have never gotten. In the 5 years that I've been doing astronomy, I have never gotten this object that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, and that is the elephant trunk. No, not the elephant man, the elephant trunk. And where that sits, and I'm actually going to pull it up now while we're waiting, is it sits near the Garnet Star. And I'm actually going to pull it up on Starry Night here. Zoom out a little bit here. Sits right here. So it's a little bit higher in the sky, so that means we should be able to start early and get it. That way we don't have to worry about it. Let me see if I can actually pull up the picture here. It won't show a picture of it. But the Garnet Star is right here. That's it right there. No, maybe it's not. That's got to be it. That's the Garnet Star. It has to be. Let me type that in. It's not giving me anything here. Nothing was found with garnet. Interesting. Unless if it does have a different name to it. Let me see. It does have a different name. Well, how about that? It is this star. It's called Ericus. Oh, how about that? Well, even I learned something new every day. So Ericus is actually technically called the Garnet Star. Well, there it is. Mu Cephei, known as Herschel O's Garnet Star, is a red giant semi-regular variable star of the semi-regular type. It is probably about 2,700 light years away from the sun. It is one of the 3 largest stars known, with a diameter larger than that of Saturn O's orbit, and is a fine example of a deep red carbon star. Sir William Herschel was the first to comment on its deep red color, which is compared to a garnet. It varies between magnitude of 3.4 and 5.1 with a period of 3.8 days. Well, that's something new. So even I learned something. So it's called Ericus. And there is nebulosity all throughout here, and the elephant trunk would sit right here, and it would look exactly like an elephant's trunk. So I'm excited for that. I think that's going to look really cool. How it's going to look out here, I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to look decent, but with this one, I'm going to probably have to go all out, and guiding's going to have to be dead on. I'm hoping. So we're going to really try, and we're going to really do what we can. Guiding it's okay. Guiding is settled down. Let's see if the clouds went by. Nope, there's still clouds going by. We'll just wait till this last image is done, and then we're going to call it a night. But I will be back tomorrow, so a third straight night. We were out last night. I showed everybody a little bit about processing. Tonight, we actually got some images. We got great stuff. Tomorrow night, again, we're going to do the elephant trunk. Going to see how it looks. Can't make any guarantees, but we're going to try. And then I'm also still working on the best of. That is taking a ton of time, where I'm actually going to take all the best moments from episodes 1 through 19, and then I'm going to take just the best moments and then compact them into one jam-packed episode. Also, I'm going to add in some funny stuff and things that I've done where things didn't go right, mistakes and whatnot, and I'll add that in there too. I wanted to put that out for episode 20. It did not work out. I'm still working on it. It's going to take some time because I'm going through 8.5 to 9 hours of video to, surf through and get it right. I may push it off to 30. So by episode 30, I may have 1 through 19, and then you'll be able to see the funny moments and whatnot. Let me see how this is. I'm going to zoom this in here, or zoom it out. Actually, we are going to zoom it in and see what the stars look like and see how much they moved. There we go. Leave that there and see what it looks like. And they still moved a lot. Okay, so make sure that you please subscribe to the videos that I have now put on the website, and also hit the like button on all of them. I also wanted to let everybody know that I did do the new intro and did the new outro and added some music to it and made it look a little bit more professional. So I hope everybody liked that. So I'm going to end the broadcast, and I want to thank everybody for watching again, and have a wonderful night. Bye. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please hit the like and the subscribe button for more updates. Until the next episode, see you all later.